Rackable versus stair step. Which one should you be using? Let's talk about it today. I'm Joe, and this is a Bradford fence. All right, so rackable versus stair step refers to two different orientations that you can do your fence. Now you may be thinking, that's just some crazy fence jargon. What does that mean? Well, let's get into that. I'll show you what we mean by the two. Starting here, this is an example of a stair step fence, and there can be different reasons why you would stair step a fence. Specifically here on the golf course, you can see this was an existing fence that was already oriented as a stair step. We also have a wall back there that steps. So for those reasons, in order to match what's here at the golf course and to incorporate the wall back here, this is gonna be an example of a stair step. And I'll show you what that means, and then we'll show you what the pros and cons of that versus a rackable fence that follows the contour of the ground. All right, so starting off with stair step, what does that mean? Well, that refers to, as you can see here and behind us, that these panels, whenever there's an elevation change, they actually step with that change. And so what that is you're running the top of the fence straight and level, and then when there's a change or a certain tolerance of a distance change, you'll step it down. With this wall, we stepped it with the block. You can see over here, there's different steps with the ground. So the pros of a stair step are sometimes the aesthetics. Sometimes people prefer the level top versus following the contour of the ground. But the cons of it is that with elevation changes, it's going to create some parts of the fence being on the ground or close to the ground, and then some parts of the fence having a gap at the bottom. And there's a good example over here. I can show you what we mean by that. All right, so this side is a good example. Up there at the gate with the stair step orientation, we started at the house, kept it level, and then as you can see, this ground slopes back or down as it comes this way. So with that, in order to accomplish the stair step and keep it level, we have to go on the ground on the high side as much as possible, go a section or two, and then step down. But you can see on the low side, like here, as the ground is coming down and as those panels are going level, you can have a spot that's close to the ground, and you can have a spot that's fairly a good distance off of the ground. And so sometimes that may not matter, but like with this case, they have dogs that they're needing to contain. So that was a reason they've got this welded wire. They put a vinyl coated welded wire on there to keep the dogs from going under. But that is just one limitation of stair step. You can get the top looking like you want and step it, but there are going to be cases, especially with elevation changes, where you're going to have some gaps at the bottom that you have to deal with. The bottom, it's going to contour to the ground, so it's going to minimize gaps. That doesn't mean you'll eliminate all gaps, because you could have some low spots and certain things between panels, but it's going to be much less opportunity for gaps whenever you're doing a rackable panel that's going to follow the flow of the ground. But there are certain instances, like here on the golf course, where you either have to do a stair step or you would need to do a stair step because of a wall or something like that. All right, so that's a little rundown of rackable versus stair step. I hope that helps when you're planning your next fence project. And then maybe when somebody's throwing around some fence jargon of, hey, that's rackable or that's stair step, you can show your skills there. So I hope that's helpful. Make sure to like this video, it helps us out a ton, and subscribe to the channel for more fences just like this.